Henry, a senior out of Millry, Alabama. And Demario Bell, a junior out of Wetumpka, Alabama. Rodney Cross, a junior out of Lithia Springs, Georgia. And the tight end is Brandon Barnes, a sophomore out of Phoenix City, Alabama, which is right across the river from Columbus, Georgia. Our officials tonight, Ross Smith, the referee, the umpires, Lance Sleeper, the head linesman, Steve Green. Get the rest of them in a moment as Alabama State lines up 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. And they'll hand it off going left side. There's running room at the 30, at the 35, at the 40, and out to the 45-yard line. This is Malcolm Cyrus on a carry for the first down. Their offensive line, left tackle, 6'3", 310-pound senior out of Lakeview, New York, Matthew Bates. And the right tackle, Tovar Allen, 6'6", 315, a senior out of Rincon, Georgia. 1st and 10 for the Hornets from the 48-yard line. They'll swing it to the left side, gets another first down into Sam Houston territory at the 40, and the completion is to Cyrus this time. Left guard is Dimitri Hickingbottom, a 330-pound senior out of Bude, Mississippi, and Robert Rockmore, a 6'7", 315-pound junior out of Covington, Georgia. They've got 1st and 10 to go at the 39-yard line of Sam Houston. The pass is complete on the far side, but for short yardage, this was complete to Jameer Hanna. And their center is Damian Love, 6'3", 300-pound junior out of Millbrook, Alabama. They are each one of their offensive linemen over 300 pounds. 2nd and 5 now from the Sam Houston 34 on play action. They want to throw, and the quarterback's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Daniel Duhart was wrapped up.
Daniel Duhart on the carry, tackled by Gary Lawrence.
And Gary Lawrence was able to bring him down after a gain of 1, so now it is 3rd and 5 for Alabama State.
Yeah, quarterback draw that time. He faked the pass out in the flat, just kept it right up the middle.
Duhart in the shotgun, goes right over the middle and is broken up at the 30-yard line, incomplete. It was intended for the receiver, Wendell Archie, and was broken up by Sam Houston's Darian Flowers. 4th and 5 from the 34 of Sam Houston, and they'll go for it.
Maybe not.
Now the quarterback, Duhart, goes up to the line of scrimmage behind his center, looks over to the sideline. They're down to 13 on the play clock. 4th and 5. Bearcat defense wants some crowd noise. 4 seconds left on the play clock, and they're going to take a timeout.
Yep.
Nope, they're flagged. They're going to be called for
that
delay of game.
5 yards won't hurt them. Good job of the Bearcat defense not to jump that time.
Bearcat defensive lineup, Moof Adebo, the senior out of Mansfield, and Steve York, the sophomore out of Huntsville at the ends. The tackles are Gary Lawrence, a senior out of New Boston, and Sione Latu, a sophomore out of Euless Trinity. The linebackers, Mike Chapman, a sophomore out of Sealy, and Tristan Ashe, a junior out of Waco, along with Darian Flowers, a sophomore out of Tyler, John Tyler. And then the corners, Trey Orr, a sophomore out of Orlando, Florida, Mikael Everett, a junior out of Covington, Washington, Desmond Fight, a senior out of Tatum, and the free safety, Michael Wade, a senior out of ARP. Punting time for Preston Clark, and he gets it away. It will bounce at the 10 and will come sideways and be killed about the 11-yard line. So the Bearcats will start a long way away from the end zone with Jared Johnson coming out as the quarterback. We have Jason Barfield as our sideline reporter from Team Dodge. Jason, anybody talking about the new uniforms down there so far?
I'm sure the blue pants were a surprise to a lot of people coming into this. You know, we had kind of known that they wanted to go that route, but this is actually the first I have seen of the pants was when they came out today. You know, they're blue on the front, but they've got that big, thick orange stripe going up the back of both legs as well. So there is a good bit of orange mixed in, but the front is solid blue.
1st and 10 for the Cats from their own 10-yard line. Johnson, the quarterback, wants to throw. Looks left, comes back right, and has the ball knocked back. Man, and that was a big human being that just knocked that back. That was Chris Terry, 6'4", 250 pounds.
Yeah, that's kind of scary down there around the 5-yard line, too.
Incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10 now from the 10-yard line. They'll throw to the near side. It's complete for about a yard gain Derek Edwards, the junior out of Brenham, transfer from Texas Tech with the reception, but it's only good for a yard before he's knocked out of bounds over here on the near side. So now 3rd and 9 for Sam Houston from its own 11-yard line.
Well, they'd like to move the chains at least a couple of times.
Really? Johnson in the shotgun. We've got Keyshawn Hill as the lone setback. 3 men wide right, 1 wide right, 1 wide left. Wants to throw, looks right, looks. Now he's got a hole. Now he'll go ahead and run, and he gets out to about the 19. I think he's going to be short of the first down, Leroy, by about a half a yard.
Yeah, somebody made a really nice stop. I mean, dead in his tracks right there.
Yeah, that was Darius Washington, the linebacker.
Had he been able to slide off to the side, he might have picked it up.
Yeah, it's 4th and about a half yard from just shy of their own 20, so they're going to have to send Lachlan Edwards out there, the punter.
He is a weapon, though.
He's a junior out of Hastings, Victoria, British Columbia. And back deep for Alabama State will be Khalid Thomas, a sophomore out of Tallahassee, Florida. Edwards with the snap, gets it away. Line drive kick, and it's going to take a big Bearcat bounce and is fielded at the 28-yard line. It'll go down to the 25. He should have just let that go. Thomas tried to keep it from getting to further downfield, maybe an 80-yard punt with an artificial surface, but he'll be called down at the 25, and we've got a timeout on the field. 12:45 to go in the first quarter. There's no score between Sam Houston and Alabama State. We'll be back. This is the Bearcat Sports Network.
Their own 26-yard line.
Give me 60. Yeah, well, give me 60.
Hey, Cooter, you want to pop me down for a second? I'm going to swap out the batteries on this.
I got to figure out which one you can't count to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, go ahead.
Trey Orr got bunged up a little there.
Well, they're ready to go, aren't they?
Yep, they are.
He's having to change a battery on a camera or something. Thank you. .12:45 left in the first quarter here between Sam Houston and Alabama State. Neither team getting anything on the board on their first offensive possessions. Here's Alabama State with a 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. The give goes to the running back to the left side, and he'll get out to about the 30. This is Malcolm Cyrus. He's a senior out of Augustiville, Alabama, and in their first game of the year, he's been the featured player so far. A gain of 4 on the left hash mark, moving from our left to our right. That's north to south. They get the handoff again, and this time he's hit behind the line of scrimmage. He's able to get about a yard. Somebody in orange and blue got to him, and I believe the first man in there for Sam Houston was Moof Adebo.
Boy, they waste no time running apart.
They are really up-tempo, aren't they?
Yes,
3rd and 6 from the 30.
That's okay as long as you're moving the chains.
Here's Duhart to pass out of the shotgun. Has time. He's going to go long, and his receiver broke off the route, and the pass was almost intercepted down to the 35-yard line. In fact, it was dropped.
Yeah.
By one of the Bearcats. And if I remember correctly from last week, that's Eric Agbaroji, I believe. Let's see what let's get Jason Barfield back in here. That's right, isn't it, Jason?
Eric Agbaroji.
See, I told you.
All right.
All right.
And he should have had that.
Yeah, he looked like he was running a route back there.
Punting time for the Hornets of Alabama State. Bearcats almost got it. Man, I don't know how they didn't. Ball will bounce at the 30 and bounce inside the 25 down to about the 22-yard line. 2 Bearcats were in there honing in on it and came very close to getting that block. One of them was Gerald Oliver, a junior out of Fort Bend Dulles, who transferred to Sam Houston from the University of Utah.
And then I don't know how they kept from roughing the punter.
Well, the punter, in fact, got
It looked
brushed, and he should have gone down. He probably would have drawn a flag.
He would have, because somebody did touch him.
11:43 to go in the first quarter. No score. Sam Houston with his second offensive possession. Failed to get a first down the first time. 1st and 10 here from the 22-yard line with Johnson, the quarterback. He'll send a man in motion from left to right. Now he's going to give it off to Hill, and Hill will hit left tackle and get out across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. Keyshawn Hill. He had a good game last week, including a 70-yard touchdown run for Sam Houston. He was following the block that time of Donald Jackson III. 2nd and 6 from the 26-yard line. Make it 2nd and 4. Pitch back to Hill, and he stutter steps behind the line of scrimmage and around the corner and gets out of bounds at the 33-yard line. That's going to be a Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down.
Yeah, a little change of pace move out there as he got to the corner. That allowed him to get outside. They finally ran him out of bounds. Well,
that's not going to work, is it?
Wow. Oh, well.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Alabama State bench.
Well, that was right in front of their bench.
Get Sam Houston out to the 48-yard line. The middle of the field is in the shadow of the press box, but both end zones still in the bright sunshine. So the Bearcats with a 1st and 10. That's another Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down at the 48-yard line with 11:04 to go in the first quarter. Johnson on play action, wants to throw, rolls to the right, in trouble. Now gets the ball away, and it's caught.
Yeah.
In front of the Alabama State bench, short of the first down by about a yard at the 43-yard line. And the catch by Ladarius Brown. We called his name a bunch last week.
He had a good game last week. Johnson with a nice throw that time.
2nd and 1 from the Alabama State 43. Pass over to the right side is Brown again, and he gets the first down inside the 40-yard line. Another Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down. We're broadcasting from the Huntsville Memorial Hospital Sports Medicine broadcast booth. Cooter, Robertson, Leroy Wilkinson. Our Team Dodge sideline reporter is Jason Barfield. The Cats moving now. First incursion into enemy territory tonight. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line of Alabama State. Johnson in trouble. He's going to go down. He was looking right, and then he pulled the ball down, and before he could get rid of it, he was swallowed by K. Ross Stewart and Torrey Davis, and that sack will cost the Bearcats about 5 yards back to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, his initial receiver was covered, and then he just couldn't find anybody.
2nd and 15 from the 44. Johnson straight drop back out of the shotgun, looks left, fires near side, complete at the 33-yard line, and hard to bring down is Derek Edwards. He's short of the first down, but a great catch. He had somebody draped on him, and then he was not able to get away, but he sure made him work for it. 3rd and 4 from the 33-yard line. Johnson in the shotgun. Hill the setback. Got Jedediah Lewis along with Edwards on the near side, wide left, wide right. A couple of other receivers. He looks right. Fires. This is Brown again at the 30. Got the first down and more down the right side at the 20. And he's down to the 15-yard line. That's Ladarius Brown with another Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down.
Quick outright to the right side over there. Once he received the ball, a little stutter step, got to the outside down the sideline, inside the 20-yard line to the 15.
They're into the Mocha Attorney at Law red zone. 9.5 minutes to go first quarter. No score. Bearcats going into the sunshine now. 1st and 10 from the 15. Here's the give to Ridgeway Frank. Running back who's had an injury-marred career at Sam Houston. His senior 3-year letterman out of spring, and he will get down to about the 12-yard line. Every coaching staff that's been here has really liked him.
They've loved him.
But he just can't stay healthy. 2nd and 7. Here's the pass to the right side. This is complete down to about the 9-yard line. Complete to Ricky Smith, the senior out of A&M Consolidated.
Those little quick out routes, you got to believe they're going to hitch and go in a minute when that defense closes.
And now the Bearcats face 3rd and 4 from the Alabama State 9-yard line. Johnson in the shotgun again. Now looks back over here to the near side of the bench. Has to shade his eyes to see what the call is going to be. Frank moves from right to left next to Johnson. They're going to throw into the right corner of the end zone, and it's not on target. Ricky Smith couldn't get there. Now it's 4th and 5 from the 9, and I would assume that we will see the field goal team come in, and that's a little disappointing. Looks like Luke Twimberga will come in to try to put the Bearcats on top. Don King III will be the holder. The deep snapper is Trenton Williams, this junior out of Westfield. This will be about a 26-yard field goal for Luke Twimberga. And the kick is on the way, and this kick is no good. He missed, and there's a flag on the play.
I think Alabama State jumped off sides.
Well, if that's so, the Bearcats will get a fresh set of downs and a first down at the about the 5-yard line, 4 or 5-yard line.
That'd be huge.
Boy, and you know, Swimberga's got to be relieved about that as well. It is offside against Alabama State.
Well, Cat's got to take advantage of this.
Yep. So another Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down for the Cats. Let's see where they spot the ball. Well, it's half the distance to the goal line. What's half of 9? That's 4.5. Yep. Which would give them the first down. Now the umpire trying to.
They're saying it's not a first down, that he's going to be a couple inches short.
Well. We're not going to be able to use him, I don't believe.
It's because we're inside the 10-yard line. They're at the 9. So instead of a 5-yard penalty, it's half the distance to the goal.
Which is the 4.5, and they needed the 5.
Which will leave them. Yeah, that math doesn't seem right.
No. Half of 9 is 4.5.
Is 4.5. That should be a first down.
And that would give you the first down. Now they're putting it inside the 5, which gives them a first down. So, well, the Bearcats have the offense back out there now, so it is first and goal. I was going to say.
Yep, they've changed it on the far side.
All right, they got it now.
Yeah.
But he did indicate that
yeah,
it was
he
fourth
said
down when
fourth
he said
down. You're right, Jason.
But it's first down now. First and goal. First and goal from the 4-yard line.
Give it to Keyshawn Hill.
Johnson in the shotgun. Everybody stands up and looks back at the coaches, having to shield their eyes in that sun.
Those blue pants stand out.
Well, they sure do. Johnson standing about his own 9. Flags, and we have movement at the line of scrimmage. Wow. Well, they took forever and ever to get the play in and then to get the ball snapped. And, you know, those big boys on the offensive line, it's not easy to bend over that long.
I know that for a fact.
Yeah, me too. You know,
if I can't get that golf ball out of that cup the first time,
it stays there.
It stays there.
You're just glad to have it in the cup.
Absolutely.
All right, so they're now back at the 9-yard line, first and goal. Wow. They send the man in motion to the right side. The handoff to Hill up the middle at the 5.
Oh,
He fumbles into the end zone, and it's recovered by, I believe, the Bearcats.
Yep.
Let's see who it is. I believe they haven't given this call yet. He fumbled it into the end zone, though. Touchdown, Sam Houston.
How about that? Well, Hill got it to the 1 and turned it over. He may have covered it, though.
Nope, the Bearcat in the end zone is Zachary Stevens, the center, and he gets his first career touchdown, and he is pumped. Comes with 8:17 to go in the first quarter play. Now Swimberga to attempt the extra point. The Murray Insurance Services extra point attempt. Out of the hold of King. Zachary Stevens recovered it for the touchdown.
He was fired up, boy.
Now the officials are going to talk again. Are they going to what would there be to review here?
Well, every scoring play is reviewed, so they're waiting for the go-ahead from the replay booth to say, yes, go ahead and kick it, which they just got.
Kick is on the way, and it is good. We've got 8:17 left in the first period. Our new score, Sam Houston 7, Alabama State 0. We'll be back. This is the Bearcat Sports Network. Give me 60, please. Yeah. DeMario Bell back deep for the Team Dodge kickoff, and it's a high kick, and Bell will have to step back about 3 yards, and he'll bring it out to the 10, and never got to the 15. Bearcat defenders, the kickoff team, really in there. Let's see. Give the credit to the defense to Kevin Jackson, a junior out of Tomball. And I believe lost him. Anyway, we'll get to the Bearcat scoring drive here in just a moment. I'm telling you, both these teams are playing an up-tempo brand of ball here. It's just not much time to catch your breath, much less give a little sponsor shout out. 1st and 10 from the 14 for Alabama State. They're down by 7. Duhart hands it off to the first man coming around the near side, and he gets out across the 15. The ball carrier is Malcolm Cyrus, the tackle by Mike Chapman. Second and 8 for Alabama State. Duhart wants to throw, being forced back. They get it to the running back. He gets to the 20, and he's got the first down and more, all the way out to the 35-yard line. A little delayed screen pass that worked very well. In the meantime, real quickly, Leroy, we've got the Bearcat scoring drive recap brought to you by Mario Realty.
78 yards in 11 plays. Zachary Stevens with the fumble recovery for the touchdown. Swimberger with a 4.5 to 7-0 Cats. 8:17 left in the first quarter. 1st and 10, passes intercepted. It was tipped by the intended receiver, Ephraim Henderson, and Michael Wade comes down with a tipped ball. A scoring drive recap brought to you by MariRealty.com, #1 in single-family home sales in Walker County. At Mari Realty, they get it sold now in the App Store. All right, so the Bearcats, Air Force 44-16. Northwestern State and Abilene Christian both lost earlier this week. 1st and 10 for Sam Houston from the 43-yard line. Johnson will fake it into the line. Now he's in trouble behind the line of scrimmage, and he will be sacked. His second sack tonight. Chris Terry, senior defensive end from Jacksonville, Florida, brought him down. Just holds on to the ball a little long sometimes. Yeah, he was looking to the left that time. I don't know. Good coverage.
Guys, both of the times he's been sacked so far, it's been on the same play. It's that little fake, quick hitch, and he's trying to hit long enough to look for that deep ball.
Hasn't been able to yet.
Yeah, they hadn't had a chance yet.
2nd and 16 from the 49 now for Jared Johnson and company. Looks left. Now he's going to take off and run. 45 at the 40 and gets down to the 35-yard line, about 2 yards shy of the first down. Possibly a touchdown-saving tackle by Darius Washington. Other games in the Southland Conference tonight: Central Arkansas at Texas Tech, Stephen F. Austin at Kansas State. Lamar's at home against Grambling. Southeastern Louisiana home against Jacksonville, and McNeese is idle. Here's a pass down the right side and a defensive hold as Ladarius Brown was about to make his move. And he was held on that far side by Marcus Berg, so this should give the Bearcats another first down.
Well, he had a step on the defender, too.
Hal Ridley, attorney at law, congratulates the Sam Houston State Athletic Department. Proud of all their accomplishments. Hal Ridley, attorney at law.
Yeah, if Berg doesn't reach out and get a hand on him, that's probably a touchdown.
Yeah, I think it's 6 for Brown.
Yep.
Our official is Ross Smith, and we have him mic'd, but that is not coming over tonight to where we can understand him. 1st and 10 for the Bearcats. Now that's another Tyler Johns Edward Jones first down. 1st and 10 from the Alabama State 25. Johnson on play action, wants to throw, standing there. Now he comes out of the pocket. Rolls to the near side. He's got a man at the 11-yard line, and he can't hold on to it. Waited a little too long to throw it to Ridgeway Frank.
Well, he was wide open a long time before the ball got there.
Yeah, that was Derek Edwards, and Edwards was open for a good while. Johnson was looking to get into the end zone to Jedediah Lewis. Lewis never could free it up, and he saw Edwards late.
All right, 2nd down and 10 from the 25. Johnson in the shotgun. Donovan Williams, the running back. He'll take the handoff. We liked what we saw from him in Cheney, Washington last week, and this time he gets inside the 20, down to about the 16, about a yard shy of the first down, back into the Moke Attorney at Law red zone.
Oh, he's a freshman, too, out of Belton. I do like him.
3rd and 1. They need the first down here, though. 3rd and 1 from the 16. Send the man in motion to the right side. Here's the handoff to Williams again. Stutter step behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to cut it out to the left, and he gets the first down around the 13-yard line before he is undercut by Trey Jenkins, the free safety. But it's another Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down for the Bearcats.
Good move behind the line of scrimmage to free himself up and get that first down. Jalen Overstreet transferred from Texas in the ball game.
Boy, he's a big kid. Look at him.
Big kid.
Here's Johnson swinging it near side. It's complete down to about the 12-yard line. This is to Keontae Griffin, the Baylor transfer. Got very little yardage. We also have an FCS top 25 scoreboard for you. Number 1, Eastern Washington hosting Montana Western later tonight. Number 2, North Dakota State won at Iowa State today, 34-14. They are a juggernaut. 2nd and 10. They say no gain. Here's the handoff, getting down to maybe the 9-yard line for Overstreet. He is a sophomore out of Tatum. As we said, they're transferred from UT. 3rd and 7 from the 9.
Big play right here.
Johnson pitches it back. Overstreet coming near side. Gets inside the 10, inside the 5, and he's close to the first down at the 2-yard line. Finally dragged down there by Courtney Berry.
Yeah, pitch was a little behind Overstreet that time. He caught it on his right shoulder pad going to the left. Had the pitch been out in front, he might have scored.
I think they've got the first down. What do you think, Justin?
They gave it to him.
I almost called you Justin, Jason. I'm sorry.
Justin and Jason.
So it's a Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down, 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Lots of shifting going on. Johnson goes up under center. He'll hand it off. Keyshawn Hill. Hill fighting for the goal line and can't get there. He's down to the 1. Boy, he's holding on to the ball with both hands this time. Remember, last time they were down here, he fumbled into the end zone and was just lucky enough that his center, Zachary Stevens, fell on it for the touchdown, and Hill doesn't want to see that happen again. They're inside the 1. It'll be officially the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. And timeout called by Alabama State. Elsewhere in the FCS top 25, number 9, Northern Iowa lost at Iowa 31-23. Number 19, William and Mary fell at Virginia Tech 17-6. Number 24, Youngstown State was defeated on the road by Illinois 28-17. A lot of those money grab games
going on.
Yep,
that's what you're reading right there.
Yep. Southeastern Louisiana hosting Jacksonville University tonight. They're Southeastern ranked number 3 in the nation. Number 4, New Hampshire is at Toledo this evening. Number 5, Montana is trailing at Wyoming with 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, 17-12. Number 6, Jacksonville State at Michigan State tonight. Number 7, Coastal Carolina at the Citadel tonight. Number 10, South Dakota State at Missouri. See if I got an update on that. We'll get to that here in just a moment. Some of the acronyms on this scoreboard are a little bit confusing sometimes. No, that's not South Dakota State. That's San Diego State. SDSU, both of them. All right. Bearcats back in action. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Trying to get their 2nd touchdown of the home season underway here. You got Donovan Williams in the backfield behind Jared Johnson. Williams gets the handoff, and there is a Bearcat in the end zone, and his name is Donovan Williams. And Sam Houston takes a 2-touchdown lead on the 1-yard plunge by Williams, who comes out of Belton, true freshman.
Yeah, he's running in behind Donald Jackson III over there on the left guard, and Casey DeVries at left tackle.
Now Swimberga to attempt the Murray Insurance Services extra point. Kick is on the way, and the kick is good. 3:58 left in the first quarter. Our new score, Sam Houston 14, Alabama State nothing. We'll be back. This is the Bearcat Sports Network. Okay, trying to figure out which. Give me 60 here, please. And the drive.
43 and 10.
Okay. That Missouri game must be over. That's why I'm not spotting it here. Okay. We got another Team Dodge kickoff coming up here as the Bearcats score. How about the Bearcat scoring drive recap, Leroy, quickly?
Quick one, 43 yards in 10 plays. Donovan Williams, the touchdown from 1 yard out. Swimberga from the extra point, 14-0 Cats, 3:58 left in the first quarter.
DeMario Bell back deep for the Hornets. And Swimberga, boy, he blasted that one about 8 yards deep in the end zone, and Bell will not bring it back.
He's smarter than the average Bear.
Trying to find some more scores for you here, and I'm having a hard time. Incarnate Word is at home. They are trailing Sacramento State 21-6 down in San Antonio. And Central Arkansas in the second quarter has a 10-7 lead over Texas Tech and Lubbock.
Wow. Wow. We've been to Lubbock.
Yeah, we sure have. We didn't like it much.
Not much. I was glad to get out of there.
Get some more updates, some more scores here as we go along. Both these teams play so quickly.
They do. They're not wasting any time.
Yeah. First and 10 for Alabama State from its own 25-yard line. Daniel Duhart, the junior quarterback out of Macon, Georgia, brings him out to the line of scrimmage. Straight drop back, wants to throw. He's going to go down the left side, got a man open, and he caught it. Nice catch at the 40-yard line. Big gainer for, that's Bell out of the backfield. That's a long route for somebody out of the backfield to be running.
It was.
That's him. They've got a first and 10 at the Sam Houston 35. Duhart hands it off, and this is going nowhere. It'll be a loss of yardage, in fact.
No place to hide.
The loss by Malcolm Cyrus and Tristan Ashe, the linebacker, getting in there and getting the tackle for loss. Loss of 3 on the play, second and 13 from the 38-yard line. Haven't been able to find that Missouri score. Here's Duhart coming down the near side, and there's another great catch at the 12-yard line. A taller receiver over a shorter defender that time. It was Brandon Barnes. He's 6'4", and he went up and got it at the 11-yard line. They're in the red zone of Sam Houston with a first and 10, 3:04 to go, and they're ready to snap it again. The handoff goes to Cyrus, and he gets inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. And I'm telling you one thing, the Bearcat defense is kind of sucking wind right now a little bit. In fact, one of them, Mike Chapman, is down. That gives us a chance to breathe anyway, Leroy.
Yeah, both of those passes were caught over the same defender. Both times he was beat deep. Once down the left side of the line, the other time down the right side of the line. But you're right. They're not wasting any time, boy. They are shooting a gun.
Chapman still down at about the 7-yard line, and the training staff comes out to talk to him. Anyway, I can't find a Missouri score. I'll get to it here in a moment. In a moment, I'm sorry, but that's South Dakota State, Missouri. That should be a final. It was at 2:30 this afternoon, but I don't have it on my list here. And Chapman's getting up. Other top 25 games: number 11 Fordham hosting St. Francis. Number 12 Villanova at Syracuse. Number 13 Towson hosting Central Connecticut State. I think that game's underway. Yes, Towson and Central Connecticut State tied 7-7 in the second half. Here's the handoff to the running back, and he'll be pushed back at about the 6-yard line. This is once again Malcolm Cyrus, and the Bearcats push him back. Those yards get precious down there inside the 10-yard line, don't they?
Yeah, they kind of got him running parallel to the line of scrimmage, and when you do that, you get a lot of defenders to the football.
3rd and 5 for Alabama State from the 6. Hart wants to throw into the end zone as a man wide open. It's complete for the touchdown. That's Jameer Hanna. Somebody let him go. He broke loose from somebody, and the Hornets march right down the field and get back into this thing with 2:12 to go in the first half. Jameer Hanna, freshman out of Decatur, Georgia, scores. Now the extra point to be attempted by Bird out of the hold of Ephraim Henderson. And the kick is on the way and is good. 2:12 left in the first quarter. It's Sam Houston 14, Alabama State 7. Our broadcast tonight being brought to you by First Financial Bank. Smart Choices Better Banking. By Huntsville Truck and Tractor, your Kubota dealer for the area. And by Margarita's Mexican Restaurant, the most authentic Mexican food in Huntsville. Cooter Robertson, Leroy Wilkinson from the Huntsville Memorial Hospital Sports Medicine broadcast booth. Our Team Dodge sideline reporter Jason Barfield. Sam Houston leading 14-7. Now going left to our right. The entire field now in shadows. The Cats have it 2nd and 4 from their own 36-yard line. Jared Johnson, the sophomore quarterback, now with 2 running backs behind him. That's Ridgeway Frank and Jalen Overstreet. Wants to throw to the left side. It's complete there to the 40. That's a first down and knocked out of bounds at about the 44. This will be Gerald Thomas, the junior out of the Colony up north of Dallas-Fort Worth. And it's a Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down.
Yep, little pitch and catch to the left side. Yardage good enough for the first down.
Here's the give on the end around. Trying to find some room and does at the 50, down the left side of the 40. This is the 30-yard line and out of bounds at the 17-yard line. This is Jedediah Lewis on the wide receiver run around, and he gets the Bearcats almost to the 20 for another Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down.
Yeah, that play came to the right side. He got across the line of scrimmage, cut it back towards midfield, got the sideline on the left side, and picked up big yardage.
Another Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down at the 20-yard line. Now into the red zone. Here's Overstreet running hard down to the 12. First quarter stats, Sam Houston 129 total yards on 29 snaps. Alabama State 21 offensive snaps for 149 yards. Jared Johnson 8 of 12 for 61 yards. He's been sacked 3 times. Daniel Duhart 7 of 11 for 114 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Sam Houston moving again though now. 2nd and 2 from the 12. They'll give it to Hill. Hill is upended behind the line of scrimmage on a nice tackle by Torrey Davis. So the Bearcats now will face 3rd and 8.
Sam Houston's going to end up with a stable of running backs. It's Donovan Williams. I like him. I like the Overstreet kid. We've known about Keyshawn Hill.
And, of course, coaches love Ridgeway Frank.
Yeah, all these kids can tote the mail.
3rd and 8 from the 18. Williams is the running back right now. Trips left. 1 man wide right. They come right, complete there, inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line. This is Jeffrey Thomas, the freshman transfer out of Duncanville, came to Sam Houston from the University of Colorado. And that is a Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down from Sam Houston. The lights are on here at Bauer Stadium now. 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. The give to Williams. Williams up the middle, found just a little crease right there between the guard and the center, and is able to get down inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line.
I like him. That was right up the middle behind center. Zachary Stevens, Donald Jackson III on the left side, big old Bridge Blunt on the right side.
2nd and goal from the 4. Hill is the only one set back now. Now they'll set up with Jedediah Lewis in the backfield. And on play action, Johnson in trouble, gets away from 2 Hornets. He'll run, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and then takes a pretty good shot as he goes out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
To get out of bounds, not take that hit.
Well, he's a different kind of quarterback. I think he likes to mix it up a little bit. Jared Johnson, sophomore out of South Grand Prairie High School. 3rd and goal from the 4.
Need to punch it in right here.
Now Reagan Henderson comes in as the fullback. Lines up as a fullback. The pitch back to Hill. It's a race for the pylon, and yes! There's a Bearcat in the end zone, and his name is Keyshawn Hill. From 4 yards out, and the Cats take a 2-touchdown lead again.
Well, it was a race for the corner. Hill won it. Boy, he has looked good for a long time. He's just been behind Timothy Flanders forever and ever. He's getting his chance, and he's making the best of it.
So the Murray Insurance Services extra point by Luke Swimberga goes through the uprights, and with 12:21 to go in the first half, our new score, Sam Houston 21, Alabama State 7. We'll be back. It's the Bearcat Sports Network. 60, please. Yeah, 60.
Mufa Debo was also back there.
I mean, they were giving him some help that time.
Jason Barfield, our Team Dodge sideline reporter, helping out. Now they're going to call it intentional grounding. I thought so. He wasn't anywhere close to being out of the tackle box.
Yeah, I guess he didn't.
No, he had dropped straight back, and the throw went past the line of scrimmage, but he was not outside the tackle boxes.
So it's not only a penalty yardage, it is a loss of down. The Bearcats were just coming clean that time.
They were bringing the heat.
Speaking of clean, penalties this evening for Sam Houston, 1 after 16 last week.
A bit different than last week.
Of course, this game's not over. We still got 12-10 left in the first half.
And we're not playing.
Ball at the 22-yard line, 2nd and 25 for Alabama State. Duhart in the shotgun wants to throw. Fires it over the middle as a man open at the 35 to the 40 to the 43-yard line. This is Bell. Boy, they got a big chunk of that penalty yardage back, didn't they? They got all the penalty yardage back.
You can't let them out of that hole.
So it'll be 3rd and 4 from their own 37 for the Hornets out of Montgomery, Alabama. Duhart tries to run it himself, and he goes down behind the line of scrimmage. Don't know if they'll count that. as a sack, but it is a great defensive stop for James De La Rosa, the sophomore defensive tackle from Fort Worth Brewer, and the Hornets will have to punt the ball away.
That's a big play right there. First down there keeps the chains moving.
I'm willing to bet K-Rod's going to give a sack on that one. He's on the computer tonight.
Why not?
That's like that marginal base hit.
Trey Orr back deep for the punt. He calls for a fair catch at the 30 and takes it right there. So we've got 11:09 left here in the first half. Sam Houston with the ball again. And after tonight, they can get ready for the LSU Tigers next week. How about that, Leroy?
Hadn't heard that ever.
That's going to be another 6:30 start next Saturday night in Death Valley. So we'll get to experience Death Valley on a Saturday night.
That'll be something we say we've done.
The Bearcats will again be wearing their home uniform.
Well, Cats could make a statement right here if they can go 70 yards and put another touchdown up.
1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Swing pass over to the left side for about 2 or 3 yards before Keontae Griffin is pushed out of bounds. And the fans on that side a little excited about a little bit of excitement from the defensive back who knocked him out of bounds.
Over exuberance.
Don't use it if you can't spell it.
I'm sorry.
2nd and 6. Swing pass over here to the near side. It's complete to Lewis. And Lewis dives for the first down and may have it as he gets into his own bench area. Now the chains are on the other side. This may call for a measurement. You know, in the 21st century with all the technology, I'm sure it's not going to be long before this is all done by lasers anyway. It is a Tyler Johns Edward Jones first down. 10:48 to go first half. Sam up 21-7. They have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. The give goes to Frank. Frank goes left side. He's got the 45. He's got the 50. Another first down into Alabama State territory. Another Tyler Johns Edward Jones first down.
He got a really nice block downfield from his wide receiver, Derek Edwards. That allowed him to pick up about 5 more yards.
They're right at the 50-yard line on the left hash mark, going from our left to our right. That's north to south here at Bauer Stadium, which now is totally out of the sunlight. Sun sets to the west behind the press box. And off right up the middle, I believe this is Hill, and Hill's only going to get a couple of yards. He is gang tackled, and leading the charge for Alabama State was Marcus Owens, junior linebacker out of Tallahassee, Florida. Boy, he came from the Seminole country to Montgomery to play. 2nd and 8 for the Cats from the Alabama State 48. Johnson will bring Lewis in motion, pumps, throws over the middle, incomplete for Brown, kind of knocked away there by Najee Bright, and he almost held on to it too long again.
Yeah, Brown lined up on the right side. He was down and over the middle. Ball was incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down.
He's got a quick release, but you got to release it to be quick.
Yeah, he's just holding on to it too long.
3rd and 8 from the 48. Cats, of course, do not huddle. But they're taking a lot of time at the line of scrimmage here. 3rd and 8 from the 48.
Got to get this one right.
Yep. Johnson sends Hill from the right to the left, and they used too much time.
Yes, he did.
Nope, timeout is called by Sam Houston. And they were taking too much time. So let's take it with them. 9:46 to go in the first half at Sam Houston 21, Alabama State 7. We'll be back. This is the Bearcat Sports Network.
What do we have over yonder?
Give me 30. Where? Oh.
Man, there's party lights going everywhere over there. Fire truck, ambulances. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. They're something. I see where all the action is right over here. You can't tell what it is. Don't mention it. Thank you. Probably listen to us. A broadcast being brought to you by Team Dodge, home of the low price guarantee, by First National Bank Huntsville, Deep Roots New Ideas Bank with Confidence, and by Potato Shack, the original meal and appeal. Cats with a 3rd and 8 from the Alabama State 48 with a 2-touchdown lead, 9:46 to go in the first half. Jared Johnson, the sophomore quarterback, after the timeout called by the Bearcats. Each team has used one timeout. Now, after the timeout, they're still looking over here to the sideline for the signals from the offensive coaches. I think they know what they were doing out there beforehand, but maybe they saw the defense and want to change. Here's Johnson, wants to throw, rolls to the right, fires across the middle. It's complete. This is Brown down to the 30-yard line. Another Tyler Johns, Edward Jones, first down.
Kind of like the play before that when it was incomplete. Brown on the right side over the middle. Johnson hit him with it at about the Hornet 35-yard line.
Quick snap, and a flag goes down. Bearcats weren't set. They got too quick for themselves that time. Jason Barfield, it's amazing with this up-tempo game that doesn't happen more often.
Yeah, and Coach Keeler came out on the field. He was talking to Jared, letting him know you got to settle down, let everybody get in place before we go with it.
He was ready to go, though. 1st and 15 now from the 35. Bearcats have had scoring drives tonight of 78, 43, and 88 yards. 1st and 15 from the 35. Johnson on the quarterback draw, breaks a tackle, moves to the left, gets the first down inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line. Ridden down from behind by Courtney Berry. And it's 2nd down from the 26, 2nd and 6. Throws to the right side, and that's incomplete. I think they just outquicked themselves that time. I don't think they were really ready. Ricky Smith was the intended receiver here on the right side.
Big play right here.
Yeah, he had Smith open. The ball was thrown behind him.
Now 3rd and 6 from the 26. Taking a little more time here as everybody stands up to see what they're calling. That's Overstreet in the backfield right now. Lewis goes in motion to the left. Here's the pitch back to Overstreet. Trying to get outside. Stiff arm. Broke a tackle to the 25 to the 20. Makes a move at the 15 to the 10. Down to the 8-yard line. A Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down, and an amazing run by Jalen Overstreet into the Moke and Moke Attorney at Law red zone.
Boy, they had him twice. Once at the line of scrimmage. He just disappeared there. Gets it down inside the 10-yard line.
1st and goal from the 9-yard line for the Bearcats. They're already up 2 touchdowns against one of the top, if not the best team in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, another FCS conference. And the pass into the end zone, and the Bearcat right there in that end zone. And it's Ricky Smith at the end of the touchdown pass from Jared Johnson. Johnson to Smith, it sounds like an alias type situation, but that's their names, and the Bearcats are up by 3 touchdowns
Smith
now.
on the right side, down and in over the middle for the touchdown.
And Luke Swimberger with the Murray Insurance Services extra point attempt, and it is good. We've got 8:07 left in the first half. Our new score, Sam Houston 28, Alabama State 7. We'll be back. This is the Bearcat Sports Network. Okay, give me 60, please.
That's 70 and 10.
How long was the pass?
9. Tell you what, that run by Overstreet was nice.
Oh, man.
Back-to-back drives of over 70 yards. The latest one, 70 in 10 plays. Jared Johnson to Ricky Smith from 9 yards out for the touchdown. Swinburne with a point after 28-7 Bearcats. 8:07 left in the first half.
Nice catch by Smith there, too, in the end zone. All right, back deep for Alabama State is DeMario Bell for the Team Dodge kickoff. Swinburne got to kick it off from the 35-yard line as the Bearcats have opened up a 21-point lead. This is a line drive kick that's going to go inside the 5, inside the end zone, and out. Broadcast tonight being brought to you by Bandera Grill. Treat your taste buds. Adams Furniture, where the big city prices, and Community Service Credit Union. Your community, your credit union. We'll try to get you some updates on some Southland Conference scores here as quickly as we can before they get out there and start not breathing between downs.
Boy. Yes.
Nichols lost to Air Force Academy today, 44-16. Incarnate Word trailing Sacramento State in San Antonio. 1st and 10 here for Alabama State from their own 25-yard line. The give goes for about 3 yards, pretty much right up the middle to Malcolm Cypress. And Sacramento State now leading Incarnate Word 28-6, almost halftime there in San Antonio. Central Arkansas trails Texas Tech 21-16 with 3.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Stephen F. Austin close to halftime trails number 20 Kansas State 28-7. Lamar and Grambling are tied 7-7, 5 minutes to go in the first. With 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, Southeastern Louisiana leads Jacksonville 27-0. How about that? Earlier this week, Northwestern State lost to Missouri State, and Abilene Christian lost to Georgia State. 2nd and 7 here from the 28-yard line. The pass to the near side, complete. Got away from the defender to the 35, out to the 40-yard line. The completion to Nehemiah Henry. That'll move the chains for Coach Reggie Barlow and the Alabama State Hornets.
Yeah, they need to keep the ball a while. That Bearcat offense, they're running on all cylinders right now.
1st and 10 from the 39. They'll hand it up the middle, and there's nowhere to go. There is nowhere to go for Jahad Coleman, a junior out of Plainfield, New Jersey.
Yeah, that football attracts a lot of attention.
Spotted at the 39 is a loss of 1. Some other scores of note. Montana State trailing at halftime at Arkansas State 13-7. There's an interregional rivalry. 2nd and 10. Duhart wants to throw. Here comes the pressure. He's flushed out of the pocket, rolls to the right, pumps, now fires, and it's complete. But they'll lose yardage on it back to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, probably should have let that one go.
Texas State at halftime leading at home against Arkansas Pine Bluff 42-0. And Texas leading North Texas 7-0 late in the first quarter. There's Duhart throwing, too high for his intended receiver at about the 49-yard line. Good coverage over there by Sam Houston's Ernest Payton, a junior out of A&M Consolidated who transferred to Sam from Missouri.
Well, Sam Houston had pressure from both ends that time. Both sides coming after the quarterback. He had to get rid of it.
Preston Clark, who has punted twice for an average of 38.5 yards per punt, checks in for the Hornets, and we've got whistles. And a timeout called by Sam Houston. We'll take it. 6:32 to go in the first half. Sam Houston leading 28-7. We'll be back. This is the Bearcat Sports Network. Give me a 30 here. 30, please.
Attention fans, concession stands are located throughout the concourse on the east and west sides of Bauer Stadium, ready to serve you refreshing snacks and beverages throughout the game. Don't forget to grab your favorite snacks and Coca-Cola products.
Okay.
Volleyball returns to Johnson Coliseum for their conference home opener on Thursday, October 9th at 6:30 p.m. to face Incarnate Word. It'll be dollar concession,
okay, thank you.
So come early and take advantage of this special offer and cheer on your Bearcats. Students, faculty, and staff receive free admission with
Our broadcast tonight being brought to you by Bill Fick Ford. The boys are back in town. By McGilberry Mechanical Heating and Cooling, where they care about your comfort. And Cash and Gold, turn your items into seven-yard line. The Cats have, as you said, being on full throttle here the last 2 or 3 possessions, Leroy. The offense has looked very nice.
Well, they've scored, let's see, they've scored on their last 4 possessions. They've done a really nice job. A couple of nice long drives. That stable of running backs they put out there, that's looking better and better every time they get the football.
Well, we kind of had a feeling that might be the case after we saw last week the potential. Now it's 1st and 10, and the handoff out the middle of the 30 and out to the 34-yard line. I think this is Donovan Williams. He'll be about 3 yards shy of the first down. You get 7 yards of first down.
Yeah.
It gives you lots of options for second down.
Makes things pretty easy the next couple of plays.
Another handoff and another first down, and Williams with big yardage out across the 45 to the 50 into Alabama State territory at the 48. It's another Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down.
Yeah, that's big old Donald Jackson the third, Zachary Stevens and Bridge Blunt right up the middle.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Cats from the 48 of Alabama State. 5:47 to go. First half, they lead 28-7. On play action, Johnson wants to throw. He's going to go long. He's downfield at the 5. There's an Bearcat in the end zone. And his name is Jeffrey Thomas. On the long touchdown pass of, I believe, 48 yards from Jared Johnson. Thomas had gotten behind 2 receivers, and Johnson laid it in there just like a little soft-boiled egg.
Well, he did drop it in the bucket. He certainly did do that.
And the Bearcats are blowing it open. Here's the Murray Insurance Services extra point by Luke Swinberga, and it's good. We've got 5:34 to go in the first half. Our new score, Sam Houston 35, Alabama State 7. We'll be back. It's the Bearcat Sports Network. Give me 60, please. These Alabama State boys need to realize this ain't the SWAC.
No, sure hadn't been the last couple of series, 73-3.
Special thanks to the Villas on Sycamore, Walmart, and SH9 for providing special giveaways after Bearcat.
That was Jeffrey Thomas. Thank you. Well, so far it's a first half beatdown as the Sam Houston Bearcats have opened up a 35-7 lead over Alabama State in front of the Orange Out crowd here at Bauer Stadium this evening. And yet another team dodge kickoff for Luke Swinberga. And once again, DeMario Bell will try to bring it out, and he hands it off at about the 15 to the 20-yard line and out to about the 23. Leroy, you're going to get tired. No, you won't get tired of this, but it's going to wear you out. A Bearcat scoring drive recap brought to you by Maury Realty.
It's another one. This one's 73 yards in just 3 plays. It happened like a flash. Johnson to Thomas from 48 yards out. Swinberg again with a point after. 35-7 Cats, 5:35 left in the first half.
1st and 10 for Alabama State from the 29-yard line. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half, and they got to feel like they got hit by a truck.
They need some first downs.
Duhart is hit as he lets it go, and it's incomplete up around the 49-yard line. He was looking for Bell, but there was good coverage there by Trey Orr, and boy, somebody leveled him.
Yeah, that's Mufadebo. He was all in his face.
2nd and 10 from the 29-yard line. Daniel Duhart, boy, he has been under pressure for a while now.
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
Straight drop back. Here comes the pressure again. Comes to the near side, completes it at the 31 up to about the 34. That's Cypress.
I tell you, the defense is putting the screws down now.
Duhart was just about to get decked.
Well, it was Mufadebo once again coming in. In fact, they had a pretty good horse collar on him and just drug him to the ground before he could get there.
3rd down now, 3rd down and 5 from the 34-yard line. They'll go to the ground and they get the first down. This is Cypress, gets out across the 45 to the 50 into Sam Houston territory at the 47, and there's a late hit. Guilty of the infraction. One of the Bearcats over here on the near side. I lost him in the crowd.
It looked like he just got caught up on the running back, just rolled out of bounds with him.
The official was right there, and that'll cost the Bearcats more yardage. It's been a pretty clean game, especially compared to last week's Flag Fest.
Yes.
And it is a personal foul against Sam Houston.
Well, Alabama State just wants to keep the ball up for no other reason, keep Sam Houston offense on the sideline.
They're all the way down to the Sam Houston 31 now. We've got just under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Sam Houston leading 35-7. 1st and 10 for the Hornets of Alabama State out of Montgomery, Alabama, the capital of the heart of Dixie, with at the 31 of Sam Houston. Duhart's going to run. He moves in the near side, 25 to the 20 and out of bounds at the 16-yard line. That was a pretty nice little nifty run.
Yeah, he decided pretty early he was going to pull that one down and run with it. Found an opening right up the middle, crossed the line of scrimmage, got to the outside on the left side, and picked up the first down.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he checked his primary receiver, but it doesn't look like he checked down, did it?
He didn't wait long.
1st and 10 from the 17. Cypress behind the line of scrimmage. He's not going to get away from the rush of Sam Houston's P.J. Hall. And I'm telling you, P.J. Hall, we called his name a bunch last week, and it's happening again tonight.
He got a handful of jersey around the shoulder pads and hung on.
P.J. Hall is 3rd on the depth chart coming in tonight at defensive end. He may have to move up. I mean, we have just called P.J. Hall's name a bunch.
I think 3rd on this depth chart just means he gets to play on 3rd place.
2nd and 16 now. Duhart wants to throw to the right side. This is complete for about 6 yards over to the far sideline. The completion to Khalid Thomas, defending on the play for Sam Houston, Mike Chapman, who went out injured earlier on.
Guys, I was talking to Coach Collins this week about that defensive line and the amount of guys that they get in there. He said that they play 4 a play. They have about 10 that they really like.
They like to roll them in and out, too. Now a timeout is called by Alabama State. We will take it, too. 3:33 to go in the first half. It's Sam Houston 35, Alabama State 7. We'll be back. This is the Bearcat Sports Network. 60, please. That was Lifeline over there.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what's happening.
Well, of course, we're not going to know. And most people here don't know anything about it because they're down there.
They can't see it.
And I don't want to call attention to it.
Somebody, pedestrian got hit or something.
Or what?
A pedestrian. They had lots of.
Either that or maybe somebody got shot.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Well, they got 3.
There's a really nasty car wreck on Bearcat and Sycamore.
Is that what it is? That's
Yep.
what we're looking at.
Really bad, they said.
Well, they got life flights landed over there.
Already landed
We watched
over
them come in. We've been watching it. We just couldn't tell what was up. We're just not going to mention it.
Yeah, they said it's a really nasty wreck.
Most people in the stands don't know anything about what's going on.
Yeah, you can pretty much see it from the press box.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. Thank you. 3rd and 10 for Alabama State from the 17-yard line. Duhart tries to dump it off to the right side, and there's nothing doing. The Bearcats were all over that. The intended receiver was Malcolm Cypress, and brings up 4th down. was the jersey stretched out?
Yeah, like a triple X.
I'll kick it. Now watch it. 34-yard field goal attempt here by Adam Shepard. And the kick is a line drive, and it is good. 3:24 to go in the first half. Our new score, Sam Houston 35, Alabama State 10. We'll take a break. This is the Bearcat Sports Network. 60, please.
Okay, that was 64 in 7.
line for a gain of 2.
Yep, left side that time. That's Casey DeVries and Donald Jackson the third.
Graduate Franklin to carry.
We're down inside a minute and a half. Cats would like to stick this one in right here.
2nd and 8 from the 12-yard line. Johnson in the gun. Handed off to Donovan Williams inside the 10, down to about the 7. His feet are so quick.
Well, he has such great lateral movement.
Down to the 7-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3, and we're right at the 1-minute mark left in the half. Williams stays in as the running back. Now he gets the handoff. He pitches it back to Lewis. Lewis can't handle the pitch back and has to fall on it back at the 15-yard line. And the clock continues to roll at 4 seconds to go, and it's 4th down.
Yep, a little reverse that time. It didn't work out very well.
Yeah, that's a play that's probably got a better chance of succeeding later in the year. When talking and seemed very confident, but you got to wonder, is their confidence shake? But it is Austin Campbell, a sophomore out of Tyler Lee. There you go, your Red Raiders.
Yes, sir. I've been there. Went to school there.
Here's the team dodge kickoff. Luke Swimberga, it's short, return from the 24 to the 30 and out to the 39-yard line. See who, if we can get, well, there's Swimberga mixing it up in there again, but the tackle was made by Josh Lyons, the junior out of Copper's Cove. And that will do it for the first half, and the second quarter especially was all Sam Houston. And at halftime, the Bearcats seem to be cruising. We go to the intermission with the Bearcats of Sam Houston State leading Alabama State 38-10. We will be back with our halftime. From the 36, he's going to hand it off to Keyshawn Hill. Keyshawn tries the middle and cuts it back a little bit to the left and gets out across the 40 to the 41-yard line, a pickup of 5. That's going to give Keyshawn 39 yards so far tonight with the touchdown. 2nd and 5 from the 41. Swing pass over to the right side very quickly.
Great block.
At the 43-yard line is short of the first down. The completion to Ladarius Brown. Trying to get away from the defender, but couldn't quite do that.
That block was by Jedediah Lewis over there.
Now the Bearcats face 3rd and 2. They'll spot it at the 44. 3rd and 2 from the 44. Hill again on the carry, and I don't think he got the first down. He's going to be stopped at the 45-yard line. Ball pops loose, but the whistle had already blown.
Pretty good spot, but it's not going to be enough.
Nope.
It's going to be about a full yard short.
Some of the Bearcat offensive linemen saying, hey, let's go for this. As Bridge Blunt is one of them, but let's. Well, you're up 38-10, but still, you're going to send the punt team in here. So Lachlan Edwards, who had one punt for 52 yards in the first half, will be punting line of scrimmage the 45-yard line.
Well,
deep for Alabama State is Khalid Thomas.
He can boot it.
Whistles. Delay of game against Sam Houston. It's going to be Sam Houston's 5th penalty of the night for 39 yards. That's the kind of penalty that will kind of get under the skin of Coach Casey Keeler. All right, so he'll be punting now the line of scrimmage, the 40. And this is a high punt, and Thomas goes back and takes a fair catch at the 22-yard line. Boy, he had to wait for that one, didn't he? I mean, there were about 5 Bearcats who were able to get down there on coverage and surround him as he waited to field that punt. Now the Bearcat defense would come back out on the field, and they were a big part of that big second quarter.
Yep, they sure were. They showed up strong just about every time. Gave up 3 points in the second quarter.
But now they're fresh again. I'm telling you, this team, the Bearcat team is oozing with talent, and I think that's an apt way to describe it. They're just they're deep in a lot of different spots, and I mean, who's the better player? Who knows?
They're ready to bust out.
1st and 10 for the 22. They're on fire.
Yeah, they're on a roll.
On a roll. Quarterback in the pocket, across the middle, complete out to the 30-yard line. Daniel Duhart hits his wide receiver Nehemiah Henry coming across the middle, and that's good for about an 8 or 9 yard pickup at the 31, 2nd and 1.
Yeah, a little delay over the middle that time. Worked very nicely for
They don't delay snapping the ball for the next play, though. Duhart wants to throw across the middle, and this was low and apparently caught for the first down by Marcus Gamble, a senior out of Atlanta, Georgia. So 12:35 left in the third period. Sam Houston by 28. Alabama State with a 1st and 10 from its own 35. Boy, you talk about getting in there in a hurry and getting the sack back at the 30-yard line. This is Sione Latu for Sam Houston out of Euless Trinity.
He showed early and stayed late, didn't he?
2nd and 14 now for Alabama State. Duhart in the shotgun, straight drop back, steps up. Got a man running free at the 30, at the 20, at the 10. He's in, touchdown. That's a 69-yard strike. Daniel Duhart to his wide receiver, DeMario Bell. And Alabama State serves notice that, hey, we're not through with this thing tonight. Comes with 11:57 to go here in the third quarter. This will be Shepard to attempt the extra point. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. 11:57 left in the third period. Our new score, Sam Houston 38, Alabama State 17. We'll be back. This is the Bearcat Sports Network. 60, please.
Okay, 78 and 4. And the pass was 69 yards.
78 and 4?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. Our broadcast being brought to you by El Chico Restaurant, serving top quality Mexican food favorites, by Woods Tree Service, Texans serving Texans, and by Roastic and More. Buy more, save more. 11:57 left in the third period. Alabama State scores first here in the second half. Shaves the Bearcat lead to 38-17. And the Cats in their blue pants will be expecting the kickoff here of Andrew Shepard. Back deep for the Cats. And looks like it's going to be taken at the 14-yard line to the 20. Giving ground at the 15 and going down to the 15-yard line. They could have got a face mask there. I don't think the official saw it, though. On the return, that was Jalen Overstreet. And you've got a scoring drive for Alabama State.
Well, Alabama State doesn't think it's over. They cover 78 yards, and folks, it just takes 4 plays. Daniel Duhart to DeMario Bell. Man, 69 yards, and he's in the end zone. Adam Shepard good with a point after. 38-17 Bearcats. 11:57 left in the third quarter. A lot of football yet to be played.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Cats. They're at their own 16-yard line. Jared Johnson remains in at quarterback. He's taken every snap so far this year for Sam Houston. There's a handoff up the middle. Got loose, but way behind the line of scrimmage. We'll lose yardage here. This is Ridgeway Frank. Somebody had him wrapped up.
Yep, several of them had him wrapped up.
And where are they going to spot this? I guess they didn't spot the forward progress. He's back at the 11. That is a loss of 5. It'll be 2nd and 15.
Cats off to a pretty sluggish start here in the second half.
Bad field position here after the less than sterling kickoff return. Here's Johnson wanting to throw from inside his own 5. Comes down the near side. Almost caught by his offensive coordinator, Phil Longo, over here on the near side. He was intending it for Gerald Thomas. I don't think Jason was anywhere close to where you could catch that, were you, Jason?
No, I didn't see that.
I'm going to keep your eye on the ball, son. 2nd and 15 from the 11-yard line. Donovan Williams now in the ball game at running back. Johnson in the shotgun. Looks right, pumps once, now fires. At the 15 to the 20, it's complete, but well short of the first down. The completion to Keontae Griffin, and the Bearcats will have to punt, Leroy.
Going to have to kick it away again. Defense going to show better this time. Boy, another touchdown right here. Going to make things interesting.
So here's Edwards back to punt one more time. He waits back around his own 5-yard line. Very little rush. Boy, he booms this one.
He can.
Taken at the 38-yard line. The return with some room to run at the 45 and out to the 46-yard line. This was Khalid Thomas. One of the Bearcats is down. Who's that? Looks like a cramp for DeMarty Allen, the return man out of Goose Creek Memorial down in the Baytown School District. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Alabama State. They've got good field position at their own 46. They're down by 21. If they can score again here, they'll make it to the point where the Bearcats are going to have to get out of the malaise that they found themselves in offensively here in the second half. Daniel Duhart, the quarterback, wants to throw, goes left side, got his running back at the 50. Out of the backfield at the 45 and down close to the first down marker at the 44-yard line. And they're gaining yardage at a pretty good clip. That's Malcolm Cypress.
Yeah, just not anybody out there in the flat over there. Cypress
moving the chains again. 1st and 10 from the Sam Houston 44. Duhart gives it to Cypress this time, and Cypress coming around gets inside the 40, out of bounds at the 39, 38-yard line.
They're moving it
piling up the yardage.
Right on down the field. They are not taking any time between plays either.
2nd down and 5. Duhart wants to throw out of the shotgun, steps up, and he goes down after a gain of about 2. Really didn't have much room to run, but it beat his options of maybe trying to throw the ball. And the tackle by Jacoby Hunter, freshman defensive tackle who transferred to Sam Houston from California. He's out of Cy Falls. Got homesick. 3rd and 4 now for Alabama State from the 37. Duhart flushed out of the pocket and has to throw it before he wants to. Had his running back over here on the near side, but threw it into the Sam Houston bench area. Now it'll be 4th down, and after going for it several times tonight, you know they'll go for it here. Nope. Yeah. Look at this. They sent in the punt unit.
Tristan Eshe that time. Big pressure on Duhart.
Well, I'm surprised they're not going for it.
Yeah, I'm too.
I really am.
Well,
here's Preston Clark. He's punted 4 times for an average of 35.2 yards per punt.
Trying to pin the Bearcats deep in their own territory.
And this is going to go into the end zone by about 5 yards.
All the way in the end zone. Wow.
Won't be much net there on
nope.
that punt. We've got a timeout on the field. 9:44 left in the 3rd period. Our score, Sam Houston 38, Alabama State 17. We'll be back. This is the Bearcat Sports Network. 60, please. Well, it's nice to have a working phone with all these scores on them.
Yeah.
Just don't have much time to work it.
Not tonight.
Yeah, everybody's doing that now.
Yep.
All right. Central Arkansas is hanging tough. Thank you. Sam Houston with the ball at the 20-yard line. 21-point lead over Alabama State with 9:44 to go here in the third period. Jared Johnson out of the shotgun. Fires to the near side. Incomplete. Little bit low to Derek Edwards over here. And there were some footsteps in Eric's ear, too.
Yeah, and I mean, he had single coverage here with no help over the top. Boy, a little pump fake right there, and you got an 80-yard touchdown pass.
2nd and 10 from the 20.
Same situation now.
Yep, 1-on-1.
Yep.
Hill is the running back. Trips right. Single receiver left. Going to throw to the near side once again. This is complete and out to about the 30-yard line. This is Edwards. That looked like the same play, didn't it?
Yeah, it was the same play. They're going to pump fake him in a minute. That defender's closing fast.
Now 3rd and 1 from the 29. Handoff Hill. He will get the first down, but not by much. There's a scrum there. Look, one player comes flying through the air to get in on things. That is Marcus Berg, the cornerback. That was kind of unnecessary.
Kind of a high dive.
Tyler Johns, Edward Jones, first down for the Bearcats. Hal Ridley, attorney at law, Southland Conference score updates as we go along here. Incarnate Word trailing, going into the fourth quarter, trailing Sacramento State in San Antonio 49-6. 1st and 10 for the Bearcats here at the 32. The swing pass to the right side. This is complete to the 40-yard line and out of bounds close to the first down marker. This is Jeffrey Thomas.
Yep, little pitch and catch.
Central Arkansas hanging tough in Lubbock against Texas Tech. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. The Red Raiders lead the Bears 28-21.
Wow.
2nd and 1 for the Bearcats from the 41-yard line. Johnson hands it off. Hill trying the middle, and he should have the first down by about a yard. Another Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down.
Yeah, that's right up the middle. Zachary Stevens is the center. Jackson on his left side, Bridge Blunt on the right side.
Stephen F. Austin trailing at Kansas State late in the third quarter, 42-16. 1st and 10 for the Cats from the 43-yard line. Reagan Henderson will set up in the backfield now. We've got flags. Probably, I'll keep on wanting to call it illegal procedure, but they call it false start now. Lamar has taken the lead at halftime against Grambling down in Beaumont, 14-13. Southeastern Louisiana in the early part of the third quarter leads Jacksonville 30-3. Nichols lost to Air Force Academy 44-16 today. The University of Texas leading at halftime at home against North Texas 21-0. 1st and 15 now for the Bearcats. Johnson's going to throw the ball away. He was looking on that right side for Thomas, but he was in a battle with one of the defenders and couldn't get away.
Yeah, and that's good. That's the play. He kept it on in the first half and was sacked 3 times.
Other scores of interest: North Dakota State won at Iowa State today. Montana lost at Wyoming. Towson lost at home to Central Connecticut State. That's probably the biggest upset in the FCS so far today. in view of the fact that Towson, of course, was a national finalist last year and was at home today in their season opener. Second down and 15. Johnson looks right, looks left, looks right again, has time, fires over the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended for Brown, and he got his hand on it, but couldn't hold on to it. Other scores, Oklahoma leading Louisiana Tech 41-3 in the third. Well, other score with the way they keep on lining up so quick.
Yeah, you can't.
Northern Arizona trailing San Diego State in the fourth quarter 31-7. TCU leading Samford 34-7 in the fourth quarter. And you got to scroll past the baseball scores. I haven't figured this out on this phone. Here's Johnson wanting to throw. He's just going to throw it away.
It's okay.
Nobody to get it to.
That's okay.
Be punting time for the Bearcats. Florida State leads Oklahoma State. That's up at Jerry World, isn't it? I think so. Halftime 17-10. Alabama beat West Virginia. Ohio State over Navy. Auburn defeated Arkansas. UCLA beat Virginia. Georgia over Clemson 45-21. Kind of a surprising score there. And here's Lachlan Edwards to punt once again for Sam Houston. And boy, I'll tell you one thing, he can bring some rain. Look at this.
Weapon.
Back to the 12-yard line. Here's the return out to the 20, the 25, to the 30, and out to the 34. This is Khalid Thomas. He kind of scares you a little bit, doesn't he? Notre Dame beat Rice today. Nebraska all over Florida. Atlantic, Missouri defeated South Dakota State. It was Michigan over Appalachian State. Delaware. 2 years ago, Casey Keeler was the head coach at Delaware. Today, they went to Pittsburgh and lost 62-0.
Good heavens.
William and Mary lost at Virginia Tech 34-9. That seems like a mismatch. Whole team against two people.
Yeah, William and Mary, especially one of them being a lady.
First and 10 from the 34-yard line. On play action, wants to throw to the near side, complete at the 38 to the 40 to the 42-yard line. The completion to Jameer Hanna. He's got a touchdown reception tonight.
Duhart that time on the snap, it was too high. Handled it pretty well. Was able to get the pass off a good yardage.
Second down and 2 for the Hornets from the 42. Duhart wants to throw, has time over the middle, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, right in the middle of the field. That was Henry, and he couldn't hold on to it. Just got a new final in the FCS Top 25. Number 25, Maine defeated Norfolk State 10-6. Do you have a favorite in that one?
Not really. I took the points.
The Black Bears against the Spartans. Here's Duhart on looked like a quarterback read play. We haven't seen any of those tonight.
No.
He goes down after a yard gain, and a nice tackle by Mike Chapman of Sam Houston brings up fourth down for the Hornets. With 6:39 to go in the third period, and they're down by 21. They'll send to the punting team.
That's a big play by the Bearcat defense. They're going to be able to get off the field and get the offense back out there.
By the way, Montana State in the fourth quarter trailing at Arkansas State 30-10. Flags and whistles as the ball is snapped on the punt attempt, and we have a false start against Alabama State. Strange look for the Bearcats tonight. Orange jerseys with blue shoulders and blue pants.
Yep, it's a little different.
Yeah, Coder, you mentioned the Arkansas State score. That's a former Bearcat making his head coaching debut, Blake Anderson for Arkansas State.
Oh, I remember Blake. Trey Orr back deep for Sam Houston here. And he'll just watch it bounce at the 35, and he'll get away from it, and it bounces at the 33 and goes dead there.
Please get out of the way.
Getting a little chippy out there at the ends of plays like that. Nothing like we saw at Eastern Washington last week. You know, the later that game got last week, Jason Barfield, the chippier things got.
Yeah, it really did seem to escalate. I don't think the officiating crew did a very good job of controlling it early, and the game really got out of control late in the game. It seemed like about every third play there was that extra push, that extra shove, something extra at the end of every play.
And we're just now starting to see a little bit of that here tonight.
Evidently the fans got pretty chippy after the game, too.
But they were getting chippy the whole game. 1st and 10 for the Cats from the 32-yard line. Johnson swings it out right side. Nice juggling catch by Hill. He's at the 40, makes a move, 45, 50. Gets in the open field, and he will be gone. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. He's in. There's a Bearcat right there in the end zone. His name is Keyshawn Hill on the long pass and run from Jared Johnson for another Bearcat touchdown.
And I think that's the first time we've seen him in motion tonight. Johnson hit him in the flat on the right side, got a good block at the corner, got it turned upfield, came across the field from right to left. Once he got to midfield, he got a clearing block, and you could tell he was going to score standing up.
Swinberga with the Murray Insurance Services extra point attempt, and it is good. 5:43 left in the third period. Our new score, Sam Houston 45, Alabama State 17. We'll be back. This is the Bearcat Sports Network. Give me 60 here, please.
Did y'all see the block by Ridgeway Frank on that?
I didn't know who it was. I saw the block.
Was that the one downfield?
That was downfield.
Yeah,
Ridgeway came full speed out of the backfield behind the play and got out in front and cleaned a dude out.
And you know, that's something that over the past 3 or 4 years, most of the time it's been wide receivers that have blocked downfield, but somebody's been blocking downfield for several years now.
How far was that pass?
68.
In the drive?
One.
That's what I thought.
68.
Boy, he cut back this way.
When he got to midfield, I didn't know who that was that got the block, but you knew he was in it right then. Nobody there. Nobody home.
Thank you. Another touchdown for the Bearcats. They have increased their lead to 45-17 on the Team Dodge kickoff. Luke Swinberga will kick it to Alabama State's Jahad Coleman. And Coleman will go about 3 yards deep in the end zone and decide not to bring it out. Leroy, you've got the Bearcat scoring drive recap brought to you by Maury Realty.
Well, it didn't take long. One play, 68 yards. Jared Johnson to Keyshawn Hill. Caught the pass in the flat, turned it upfield. Jason Barfield told us that the bone clearing block at midfield was from Ridgeway Frank. And once he got that block, there was nobody home then. He takes it in from 68 yards.
The scoring drive recap brought to you by MauryRealty.com. #1 in single-family home sales in Walker County. And Maury Realty, they get it sold now in the App Store. Well, that was quite the block. Jason, you could almost feel it down there, couldn't you?
You could see it coming from about 20 yards away, too. You could just brace yourself for it.
1st and 10 for Alabama State from its own 25-yard line. They'll go to the ground game. Out across the 30 to the 40 and still running at the 50 all the way down to the 42-yard line. I'm telling you, Malcolm Cypress is not a shabby back at all. That's a big gainer right there.
They hadn't packed the tent to go to the house yet either.
Even though they trail again, 45-17. 28-point difference. Looking right, Duhart in the pocket now. He'll run to the left side. He's got a first down inside the 35 to the 31-yard line. If nothing else, they're going to wear down the Sam Houston defense before the fourth quarter is over.
Well, the receiver on the far side had taken the defender deep, and that's where when he came away from the pressure, that's where Duhart was, and there was nobody there when he turned upfield.
Last third period, Sam Houston leading 45-17. Alabama State for the 1st and 10 for the Sam Houston 31. Here's a give going down the left side and the 15. Nice move to the 10 to the 9-yard line. This is Khalid Thomas. And they're in not only the red zone, they're inside the 10 with the 1st and goal. Here's Thomas again. Thomas with a cutback, gets down to the 5, down to the 4-yard line. He's ridden down there by Mike Chapman, but not before he gets 5 yards.
Yep, they've run that zone read several times here. Bearcats tackling the wrong offensive player.
2nd and goal from the 4. Thomas again. This time he is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Had nowhere to go. Ran into the arms. Was that Lawrence? I believe it was. John Lawrence. Gary Lawrence, rather, out of New Boston. I've only known him 5 years. I ought to get his first name right.
Oh, he's been around a while.
3rd and goal from the 5. From the 6. Duhart to throw into the end zone, and the receiver at the goal line couldn't hold on to it. It was thrown a little bit beyond him, but the tall wide receiver there, Wendell Archie at 6'2", should have been able to catch that. Goes incomplete, and they'll send the field goal unit out.
Well, the reason was he was under pressure. That's your P.J. Hall again. He's been all over the field tonight.
I tell you, I like him.
Yes, sir.
So this will be a 23-yard field goal attempt by Adam Shepard. And the kick is on the way, and this kick is good. We've got 3:57 left in the 3rd period. Our new score, Sam Houston 45, Alabama State 20. We'll be back. This is the Bearcats Sports Network. 60, please. Yes.
Okay, 69 in 8. No, 69 in 7. And the field goal was 23.
Legs are a little cold.
Yeah, it's kind of chilly in here now.
It's like complaining about the rain. We don't do that no more.
Remember Brennan.
All right. Thank you. Our broadcast tonight being brought to you by Huntsville Farm Supply. You can rely on Huntsville Farm Supply. By Old Main Market, a superior dining experience. And by Learning RX, experience the power of brain training. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd period. Sam Houston with a 25-point lead at 45-20. Another team dodge kickoff here. We've had a lot of these tonight.
Boy, I'm mean.
And this kickoff will be taken on the run at the 13-yard line out to the 20 and out to about the 27-yard line. This is Jalen Overstreet. Leroy, another scoring drive recap.
Well, Alabama State answered Sam Houston's touchdown with a field goal of their own. They covered 69 yards in 7 plays. On 4th down, Adam Shepard comes in, kicks a 23-yard field goal. 45-20 Bearcats, 3:57 left in the 3rd quarter.
All right, ball at the 26-yard line. Jared Johnson's gone all the way at quarterback. Got Donovan Williams to his right as the lone running back. Sends a man in motion. Now he'll swing it out to the right side, complete to the man in motion. Breaks the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Still on his feet. There's a flag down, and he gets out to the 30-yard line. And he was working hard for the money. He thinks he never did go down. This is Jedediah Lewis, but they blow him dead at about the 31, but I believe there's a hold against Sam Houston.
It's similar to play the one the Bearcats just scored on.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think they ever did tackle him. I think it was finally blown down for forward momentum.
That'll be a 10-yard penalty against Sam Houston. So they'll march it back to the 16 where the Bearcats will be facing 1st and 20. Looking like a challenge.
That's right.
Johnson looks right, comes back left, and he's got Hill.
Oh,
he's at the 25, at the 30, down the left sideline, at the 50, and he's out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Just ran out of room, or he'd have been gone again. He was pushed out of bounds at the last minute there by K. Ross Stewart. But boy, Johnson to Hill really working well here in the third quarter.
Great block by Gerald Thomas downfield, too. That sprung him loose for another 20, 25 yards.
Another Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down. The Bearcats leading by 25 with 3:18 to go in the third period at 1st and 10 from the Alabama State 41. Here's the give to, well, no, it's, I was watching Donovan Williams, but it's over here on the near side. That's Gerald Thomas with the ball.
Yeah, they're using that man in motion here in the second half, been very successful.
It was actually Jedediah Lewis who they threw to there.
Oh, well, okay.
They brought him in motion from the other side and kind of threw him on that swing pass.
That's why they need the numbers on the shoulders, Jason. Can you talk to somebody about that?
I've tried for years.
Yeah, I know. Well, the name's on the back. How about that? Here's Williams.
Boy.
He gets the carry, and does he fight for extra yardage inside the 35?
I'm telling you, folks, this kid's worth the price of admission. He's got great lateral movement and just doesn't know the meaning of quit.
Yeah, I don't know how much you can tell from up there, but his legs never stop moving. Even when they've got him held up, those feet are still going up and down.
He's
3rd and 2.
He's going to want to play 3 more years,
from
too.
the 33. The give goes to Frank, I believe, inside the 30-yard line to the 29. And that should be enough for a Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down. Ball at the 29-yard line. Bearcats going from our right to our left for the next 2:18. Hill in the ballgame alive, I believe, along with Frank. Flags and whistles, and another false start against Sam Houston, I guess.
I guess.
And they're pointing around at each other down there. Yep. False start against Sam Houston. The culprit this time was Zachary Stevens, who scored his first career touchdown tonight.
He was a happy boy.
He got the scoring started, in fact.
Yes, he did. Yep, Keyshawn Hill got it inside the 1, turned it over, and Zachary Stevens fell on top of it.
All right, 1st and 15 from the 34 now. And more whistles. They're resetting the play clock, okay. 1st and 15 from the 34. Johnson in the shotgun. He's got Overstreet and Williams. How about that for
That's a pair.
Tandem right there. Wants to throw, though, near side. This is Gerald Thomas, Jason. He's down to the 29-yard line. I actually see the 1 in front of the 9 this time.
You know, and it's not easy with these new uniforms as well. The numbers are a little different, plus they roll them up in the back.
Yeah, they roll up in the front, too. Well, once we get used to them, we'll be okay. This is the first time we've seen them, too. Johnson looks right, and then is hit as he lets it go, and it goes incomplete.
Threw that one into traffic.
He was under duress. Edward Mosley, defensive end out of Atlanta, Georgia, was bringing him down as he threw the ball. Less than a minute and a half left in the third period. Sam Houston with the ball at the 29, 3rd and 10. They lead by 25. Johnson and Overstreet in the backfield. You got Lewis in the slot right. You got Thomas wide left. Here's Johnson wanting to throw. This time he's not hit, and he hits his receiver at the 16. He steps out of bounds. Was that Ricky Smith? Had to be Ricky Smith over there for another Tyler Johns Edward Jones first down into the Mocha Attorney at Law red zone.
Ran a deep out, and Johnson hit him with it.
1st and 10 from the 16, and another quick strike over to the right side. This is complete.
That's Ricky Smith, too.
This is Ricky Smith again. He's rolled out of bounds by Marcus Berg, but not before he gets a couple of yards. From the 16 down to the 13, it'll be 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7 from the 13. Lewis goes in motion. The handoff goes to Overstreet. Boy, he is hit hard. He gets about a yard. Stop there made by Marcus Owens.
That was a nice drive by the Bearcats, though. They started on their own 26. This will be play number 11.
Now they'll face 3rd down. Now we've got a sideline warning on Alabama State, so the teams are even on those. 3rd down and 7 now from the 13. Less than 51 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Seems like the last 5 minutes of this 3rd quarter have lasted for about an hour
and a half.
Ridgeway Frank now to the left of Jared Johnson, who wants to throw over the middle, incomplete at the 5-yard line.
He was hanging on him.
Well, he was going for Ladarius, and the defensive back was all over him and kept him catching that. That was Bradley Street. Ladarius Brown couldn't haul it in, and now Luke Swimberigo will attempt a field goal. This will be a 30-yard field goal attempt for the Cats. Out of the hold of Don King III. And the kick from 30 yards out is on the way, and it is good. 32 seconds left in the 3rd period. Our new score, Sam Houston 48, Alabama State 20. We'll take a break. This is the Bearcat Sports Network. 60, please. Yeah. 30 or 40-yard field goal?
You said 30. 61 yards in 12 plays. You're right. It seems like this has gone on forever.
All right. Thank you. Yet another Team Dodge kickoff here for Luke Swimberiga. Back deep for Alabama State, Jihad Coleman, and this goes through the end zone for the touchback. Leroy, another Bearcat scoring drive recap brought to you by Maury Realty.
No touchdown, but a field goal. Pretty nifty drive, 61 yards in 12 plays from 4th down. Luke Swimberiga comes in, kicks a 30-yard field goal. 48-20 Bearcats with 32 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Scoring drive recap brought to you by MauryRealty.com, #1 in single-family home sales in Walker County. And Maury Realty, they get it done now in the App Store. The Bearcats have scored tonight on drives of 78, 43, 88, 70, 73, 70, I'm leaving one out, 68, 69, and 61 yards.
They put up some offensive yards.
Here's Duhart on the pass for Alabama State, going long down the right side, intended for Jameer Hanna, and it goes incomplete. It's thrown too long, and that's pretty hard to do when you're throwing that far.
Good coverage.
Mikel Everett on the coverage and stops the clock with 26 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. we had 188 snaps in last week's game.
We're going to have more than that tonight.
Check out what we got at the end of the third quarter here in a few moments.
Yeah, if you had a quarter for every one of them, you could go on vacation.
2nd and 10. Here's Duhart. He tries to run. He'll get about a yard. It won't be a sack, but it is nice defensive play by Sam Houston's Dwight Jackson. Senior defensive end out of Miami, Florida, transferred to Sam Houston from the University of Cincinnati, and the Bearcats call a timeout.
They may want them to punt into the wind.
Well, now, Jason, you said tonight earlier that there was no wind at the beginning of the ballgame, but look at those flags down there. It looks like there is a breeze from the south now.
Yeah, once we came back out to start the second half, you could really feel it starting to kick up a little bit. There's actually a nice little breeze blowing down here right now.
Well, it's cooled off about 6 degrees according to the weather service. So
it feels a lot better than it did at kick, that's for sure.
Well, of course, the sun's down, too. I bet the folks in the west, the east stands, really thought it felt better when the sun went down. Well, the Bearcats call the timeout. That'll leave them with 2 now. Remember, we're back on live from Baton Rouge, Louisiana Memorial Stadium next week. 6:35 game time. We'll be on the air about 6 o'clock as the Bearcats take on the LSU Tigers, who were in trouble against Wisconsin down at NRG Stadium, formerly Reliant Stadium, earlier, but we'll check it for you in a few moments, but I believe they have regained the lead there. 3rd and 10 for Alabama State from their own 25. They are down by 28. Daniel Duhart has been a sport tonight,
yes,
man.
He has. He's been a gamer.
Straight drop back. Here comes the pressure. He rolls to the right, looks downfield, fires it downfield, down the right sideline, well out of bounds.
And that's what the Cats were hoping for. An incomplete pass, that'll stop the clock, and they'll have to kick into the wind.
Yep, with 11 seconds to go. Intended receiver on that particular play was Joshua Davis, a freshman out of Tallahassee, Florida.
Had pretty good coverage there.
Going to be Trey Orr back deep. Anticipation of the punt of Preston Clark. Almost got him.
Yes, he did.
The short punt bounces at the 46, and the Bearcats will have it at the 46-yard line. There was actually 2 seconds left on the clock when the whistle blew, but the clock operator let it go ahead and slide. And we have reached the end of the third period with our score. Sam Houston 48, Alabama State 20. We'll be back. This is the Bearcat Sports Network. Okay, give me 60 here.
Surely we'll see some substitutes here in a minute.
Surely.
Call me, sure. A pretty good crowd here tonight for an open ball game.
You never know what you're going to get.
Boy, you sure don't.
Well, Johnson's coming back out.
Yeah, they may wait. They may let him run a series here.
Jason, just in case, is it Rodrigue?
Roderick.
Okay.
And it's Rogan Henderson, by the way.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah, I found that out the other day.
Thank
Boy,
you.
how about that?
1st and 10 for the Bearcats from their own 46-yard line with a big lead as we go into the fourth quarter. And here's Keyshawn Hill, and he is hit on the other side of the field, out of bounds, short by about 2 yards. We're coming to you live in the Huntsville Memorial Hospital Sports Medicine broadcast booth. I'm Cooter Robertson along with Leroy Wilkinson. Our sideline reporter is Jason Barfield. And Jason, with a 28-point lead in fourth quarter upon us, Jared Johnson still in the ballgame as the quarterback.
I looked over to see if Don might be warming up and didn't see anything.
Nope, not yet. A little pitch over to Hill for the first down, out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. So that will be Tyler Johns Edward Jones first down, the 28th of the night for the Bearcats. who at the beginning of the fourth quarter have snapped the ball 82 times for 566 yards.
Boy.
Yeah. 371 of that through the air. First and 10 from the 42. They'll be running here in the fourth quarter, though. This is Hill once again. He'll get about a yard. At the end of the third quarter, Donovan Williams, 8 carries, 53 yards, a touchdown. Keyshawn Hill, 13 carries, 45 yards and a touchdown. Jared Johnson, though, through the air, 28 completions out of 41 attempts, 371 yards, hadn't been picked, 3 touchdowns, been sacked 3 times. All early. He's got the ball. He's going to throw the ball. Over here to the right side, it's complete. Close to the first down, but not quite there at about the 32-yard line. This was Jeffrey Thomas, and this first, he's really become active tonight. That will be his 4th reception for about 74 yards and a touchdown. Now it's 3rd and 2 from the 34 for the Cats. Hand out to Ridgeway Frank. He tries to break it off to the outside, but he'll go down behind the line of scrimmage. Good defense by Alabama State's Marcus Owens, and now the Bearcats face 4th down. And how about Lachlan Edwards? 4 punts tonight for an average of 48.2 points.
I'm telling you, he can get you out of a hole.
48.2 yards per punt.
He's had one over 50.
4th and 3 from the 35. Bearcats also trying to run some clock here, I believe. The 28-point lead, still just under 13 minutes to go. And we have a flag as the Bearcats will let the play clock run out. It will be penalty number 9 for 64 yards. And Edwards comes out, and this is going to hurt his average. Yep. Because there's only 40 yards that he can get credited for here. Right. Unless they take about 3 or 4 more 5-yard penalties.
He's a good one.
Somebody getting on late for the Bearcats. Someone whose number we do not have. End over end punt, and it's taken on a fair catch at the 12-yard line. You know you're down the depth chart when you're not on the roster at a home game.
That is Trey Payne who just came out there.
Well, there you go. We've got a timeout on the field. 12:37 left in the fourth quarter. Our score is Sam Houston 48, Alabama State 20. We'll be back. This is the Bearcat Sports Network. 60, please, Jamie. Jason, where'd you get Trey Payne?
It's on my flip card.
77?
37.
37. Boy, these numbers are hard to read. Now they called time. I thought we had a break going here. Apparently not. There it is, Trey Payne, Klein Oak. I thought we were in a break. He put his arms out with his fist closed. Doesn't that mean 60 seconds, Jason?
I think Alabama State came out early because they're waiting.
Yeah, I still
not long enough.
I got 30 seconds left. No, they haven't whistled it ready to go yet either, have they?
No, they haven't.
We might make it, Leroy.
I believe we are. We'll be close.
You're going to be real close.
We'll be close enough.
Thank you. On 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line for Alabama State, they give the ball to Jihad Coleman, and he'll go around the right side for a yard or two up to about the 14. 2nd and 8, under 12 and a half minutes to go. Sam Houston cruising by 28, 48 to 20 right now. Is that a new quarterback? I believe it is. Nope, it's not. Duhart.
Same one.
He's going to swing it over here to the near side, and it's almost intercepted at the 10-yard line.
My goodness.
And now Darian Flowers might have been able to walk into the end zone on that.
I think he could have crawled into the end zone.
And I think that he actually got his hands on the ball and didn't realize what he had.
He actually, one of the receivers had a hand on the back and pulled his jersey back. Coach Keeler was out on the field going nuts about it. He wanted the pass interference called on the offense.
Yeah, Keeler's still down there giving the official what for. He did that a lot in the latter parts of the fourth quarter last week.
The entire fourth quarter with the officials last week.
3rd and 12 here, and they're going to go long down the left hash mark, and it's well overthrown. Intended for Jameer Hanna, and the Hornets of Alabama State will have to punt the ball away. Well, they don't have to.
Bearcats should come away with great field position here.
Our ball game being brought to you by Huntsville Tech, where they smoke the competition, by Suddenlink Communications. With Suddenlink, you're connected, and by Wingstop, the wing experts. There's the punt. Trey Orr waiting for it at his own 48-yard line and goes down at midfield.
Alabama State even punts quick.
They sure do.
Man.
Tackle made by Willie Roller, R-O-L-L-E-R. How about a linebacker named Roller? And he's a junior out of St. Paul, Minnesota.
Yeah, he could make our all-name team.
I like Roller. That's a good name. Think he'd be a bowler.
Sure
Roller bowler.
National champion.
Yeah, that's what Sam Houston's got.
Yes, sir.
All right, so who's coming out at quarterback here? It will be Jared Johnson.
Jared Johnson. 11 minutes, almost 12 minutes left.
First and 10 for the Cats from midfield with a 28-point lead here in the fourth quarter. Handoff goes to Jalen Overstreet, and he powers his way, standing almost straight up down to about the 44-yard line.
I tell you, Sam Houston's got some kids can run in traffic. We've got some lateral movement.
2nd and 4 from the 44. Lewis goes wide to the left. Henderson, tight right. Handoff Overstreet. He gets the first down and a little more down to about the 38. It's a Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down.
That's a zone read there. Looks like he's reading somebody, not
Haven't
just
seen much
off.
of that tonight.
No, sure haven't. I believe that's what that was. Boy, he's got two good backs in there right now.
1st and 10 from the 39. Oh, it's got Overstreet and Williams in there, right?
Yep.
Boy, Overstreet's as tall as the offensive lineman.
Yes, sir.
Well, Johnson's pretty tall too, though.
Yep.
He wants to throw, comes to the near side, complete at the 35. That's Thomas for a gain of about 4 yards. Fourth quarter up in Lubbock, still tight. Texas Tech leading Central Arkansas 35-28.
They're staying in there, aren't they?
Yep, 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6 from the 35 here for the Bearcats. Stephen F. Austin's fallen behind in the fourth quarter to Kansas State 52-16. K-State, of course, ranked number 20 in the FBS. Overstreet in motion. The handoff goes to Williams. He's got some room. 30. Steps through a couple of men down to the 25 to the 24. Another Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down.
Yeah, that's over the right side. That would be big old Bridge Blunt, Brandon DeWitt. Zachary Stevens in the middle. Good yardage there. Moves the chains for the first down.
Lamar leading Grambling 21-13 midway through the third. 1st and 10 here for the Cats at the 25. Southeastern Louisiana's lead over Jacksonville 37-3 as they start the fourth quarter. Texas leading North Texas 28-0 late in the third quarter. And in the second quarter down in Houston, LSU trails Wisconsin 10-7.
Whoa.
Swing pass left side. This is Overstreet.
Boy.
Loses his helmet. That'll stop the play. But he broke a tackle of a couple of guys in the process down around the 18-yard line.
I'm telling you, folks, Sam's got some running backs.
Boy, and those long dreadlocks they were flying, weren't they?
We knew about Keyshawn Hill coming in, but this Donovan Williams and Overstreet got Ridgeway Frank. We knew about him.
2nd and 5 from the 20. Trying to find some more scores to update you on. Eastern Washington leading Western Montana. Montana Western in the second quarter, 27-3. Get you some more updates here in a moment. Final, Cal State, Sacramento. Sacramento State defeats Incarnate Word 49-13. Johnson throwing and almost intercepted at the 7, goes incomplete. Getting his hands on it was Deontay Ponder, a senior defensive back out of Ocala, Florida. Oklahoma leads Louisiana Tech in the fourth, 48-10. TCU has a 48-14 lead over Samford late in the fourth quarter. New Hampshire getting rolled by Toledo, 51-20. That's big because New Hampshire came in as the number 4 team in the nation tonight.
Wow.
Toledo, while they are FBS, they're not upper echelon. You thought New Hampshire might be able to hang with them. Here's Johnson to throw, and it's, dropped at the 10-yard line. That was Jedediah Lewis who couldn't hold on to it, and the Bearcats will go for another field goal attempt here.
Lewis started to make his run towards the end zone before he had that one in his hands.
Florida State now leading Oklahoma State 20-17 in the third quarter up at in Arlington. This will be about a 38-yard field goal attempt, and one of the big boys for Sam Houston getting in a little late. That's Forrest Reedy, the redshirt freshman out of Huntsville.
Seems like just about every special teams playing the second half, we've had somebody running on late.
Yep. 38-yard field goal attempt by Swimberga is good. 9:04 left in the fourth quarter. Our new score, Sam Houston 51, Alabama State 20. We'll take a break. We'll be back. This is the Bearcats Sports Network. 60, please.
Okay, 29-8. And the field goal was 30.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Well, this is the biggest lead the Bearcats have had tonight, 31 points, leading 51-20, and Leroy's got another scoring drive recap brought to you by Maury Realty.
Boy, it's been up and down the field for the Cats. This time it's 29 yards and 8 plays. Bearcats do have to settle for a 38-yard field goal from Luke Swimberga. 51-20 Bearcats with 9:04 left in tonight's ball game.
Scoring drive recap brought to you by MauryRealty.com, #1 in single-family home sales in Walker County. At Maury Realty, they get it sold now in the App Store. Jahad Coleman back deep for Alabama State, about 2 yards deep in his end zone, and anticipation of the punt from Luke Swimberga. He's 3 yards deep, drops it, and I think he had an idea of bringing it out of there, but once he dropped it, he did not do that.
Yeah, he might have taken his eye off of that one.
I'm trying to see if we got another update from Lubbock. Yep, Texas Tech 42-28 with 5.5 minutes to go. Kind of hard to stop that passing.
Oh, boy.
I'll never
forget that day.
Lamar leading Grambling 21-13, and Southeastern Louisiana now up 44-3 over Jacksonville. And Wisconsin now up by 10, 17-7 over LSU, and 7:36 to go in the second quarter. We'll be able to see some of that ball game by the time we get home.
We sure will.
There's 9:04 left, 1st and 10 for Alabama State from their own 25.
New quarterback.
They'll hand it off, and they'll get out to about the 30 and all the way out to the 35-yard line. The new quarterback is Quinteris Toppings, a sophomore from Pritchard, Alabama. Running back's not new, though. We've seen him tonight. That's Coleman. They get a first down, 1st and 10 for the 35. Toppings will hand it to Coleman again, going around the right side. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage and whirled out of bounds by Steve York, 6'2 sophomore defensive end from right here in Huntsville, so that's a Hornet stopping a Hornet there.
Yep, we've watched him play a long time.
Yep. I believe he walked on here.
He may have.
Jacoby Hunter checks back in for Sam Houston. Boy, they roll those defensive linemen in and out. They don't give them a chance to get winded. 2nd and 15 rather, for Alabama State from the 30. Quinteris Toppings wants to throw for the first time. He'll swing over to Coleman on the right. He'll get about 3 yards. And making the initial hit was Desmond Fight, the safety out of Tatum. Finishing him up was Dwight Jackson. 3rd and 13 from the 32.
Well, the Hornets need to move the chains here. They don't want to put that Bearcat offense back out there.
Quinteris Toppings, the second quarterback that Coach Reggie Barlow has used here. Directing traffic a little bit from the shotgun. Straight drop back, out of the pocket, rolls to the right, looks downfield. He'll tuck it and get about a yard. Forced out of bounds on the other side by Lance Duran, a sophomore linebacker out of Austin Westlake, transferred to Sam Houston from Blinn. So it'll be 4th down and punting opportunity again for Alabama State. And Trey Orr will be back at his own 32-yard line.
Ooh,
this is a good punt. Or there are flags down. Or all the way back to his own 15, and he gets out to the 20, fights his way out, and he still hasn't gone down, out to about the 25. The pile is still moving. They finally just whistle it dead because it was going to be an exercise in futility.
There's
at the 26.
Cap down over on the 19.
Yeah, and there are 3 flags on the field.
They've thrown 3 flags and a cap.
Does that trump a full house?
I don't know what that does. That's a bunch of laundry, though.
We'll have a complete update of Southland Conference scores and FCS top 25 scores at the end of this ball game with our post-game show brought to you by Team Dodge. And the officials, Ross Smith and his friends, really talking this over. Maybe we have more than one foul.
Surely we do. I think the cap makes it is the second.
Because, as Jason was telling us earlier, a lot of times that means the player went out of bounds, but there was nobody over there.
I think he'd already thrown his flag.
Maybe so. You got any idea, Jason? Here we go.
Illegal substitution on the defense. That penalty is declined. Illegal block in the back, number 17 on the return team. That penalty will be enforced. First down.
So we had an illegal substitution against Sam Houston. I bet that's what the cap is for. And then a block in the back they called on Tevin Creeks, a corner out of Navasota. He's a junior. So the Bearcats will retain possession, but will start this possession at their own 18-yard line. 51-20, Sam Houston by 31.
New quarterback.
And it's Don King III, the sophomore out of Waxahachie. But he's glad to get some action here.
I bet he is too.
Who else is back there? They got so many
I don't
running
have
backs
any.
there.
I was going to say, they already played all them.
Yeah.
Everybody's played. They're all good.
Swing pass over here to the near side to Lewis, to the 10, to the 15, to the 16-yard line. That's it. That's a gain of about 7 yards, though. The Cats, even though that was a pass, that's a high percentage pass, and they're really not going to do anything to try to stop the clock here.
That's just like a running play.
Yeah. 2nd and 4 from the 16. King looks over to the near side. He's got a couple of running backs back there with him. I think it's Overstreet, and is it Williams?
Looks like him.
I think so. Boy, these jerseys fit so tight in the front, they just bunch up those numbers. Here's the give to Overstreet going around the left side. He'll turn the corner, get to the 20, the 25, the 30. Spun out of bounds at about the 33-yard line, right into the Alabama State sideline. A tackle made by Bradley Street. He's a sophomore out of Ellenwood, Georgia.
Got a really nice block from his fellow running back there, Donovan Williams, that got him turned upfield.
Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down at the 35-yard line with an even 6 minutes to go. And Sam Houston cruising right now, leading by 31, 51-20. First and 10 from the 35. Give to Donovan Williams. He finds a hole. 40, 45, 50, and out of bounds at the 48-yard line of Alabama State. And he's knocked out of bounds by Torrey Davis, and Davis is the one getting up slowly.
And he got the good block that time from Overstreet.
Another Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down. They've been racking them up today. Cats led 38-10 at halftime, lead 51-17 right now. Believe it or not, this game was 14-7 late in the first quarter.
Boy, second quarter, though, Sam's offense just blew up.
First and 10 from the 48. Here's Overstreet. He gets down inside the 45 to the 44-yard line, where he's wrapped up by Hiram Frederick, a defensive end, a freshman out of Seffner, Florida.
That was his zone read right there.
Second and 7 from the 44. Don King to third in relief of Jared Johnson, who had a great night. Johnson, 28 of 41, 371 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was sacked 3 times. All of those were early, and all of those
first half,
were because he held onto the ball too long.
Did a better job in the second half.
Give goes to Williams. Oh, he is hit after a loss of 1. Man, I mean, he was stood up and bent over backwards by Ephraim Henderson, whose name we've called a lot tonight.
He's trying to cut back. That one started over the left side. He was trying to cut it back to the right and just couldn't get away from the defense.
Third down. 3rd and 7. Let's call it the 44-yard line. Williams is going to check out. Now he runs back in. 10 seconds left on the play clock. King looks over here. Now they're down to 5 seconds. They're going to have to call a time. No,
maybe not.
Maybe not. They get the snap away. Handoff Overstreet, off left tackle. He'll get down to about the 40-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down. So you're up by 31. Got the ball on your opponent's 40. It's 4th and 2.
I'd like to see them go for it and see if they can't make it.
Yeah, I think so too, especially since you got some of your 2s in there now. Although coming back into the ballgame, Keontae Griffin and Jedediah Lewis, both starters. Williams will head back in there as well.
Staying in.
4th and 2 from the 40.
Get it off.
Using some time. King throws left side. That's enough for the first down, but barely. The completion to Cheyenne Motlaw, the wide receiver, the sophomore out of Rockwall Heath. We called his name quite a bit in the second half of last year. Another first down. Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down for the Bearcats. They're well over 30 in the first down department. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. And I think they are well over the 600-yard mark in the total offense department.
I would think so. It has been up and down the field.
1st and 10 from the 36. King's going to keep, and he may get back to the line of scrimmage before he's hauled down by Antonio Humphrey. 6'3", 253-pound defensive end. He's a hometown boy from Montgomery, Alabama. 2nd and 10 from the 36. Last I heard, the Bearcats will be playing at Alabama State next year. They've got a brand new stadium over there. And when we go over there, Leroy, one thing we'll have to do is you got to visit the grave of Hank Williams. It is something.
All right.
Yeah. Here's the handoff to Donovan Williams, and he'll get down to about the 32. The Bearcats used to fly in and out of Montgomery when they had to play Troy. Troy State was in the Southland Football League, remember. And that's closest to major airport. In fact, my flight took me through Atlanta and back to Montgomery. I also flew through Nashville one time to get there. Not too many non-stops from Houston to Montgomery, but you can get there. Historic capital of Alabama. It's capital of the Confederacy back in the Civil War for a while. A little pitch out to the left side, and that's inside the 30 down to about the 28-yard line. This is Deshar Greer.
Yeah, that's a new running back.
Redshirt freshman out of Midway High School up around the Waco area. We're down to 1:03 left, and it brings up 4th down.
First down right here, just about do it.
Well, I think the orange out crowd, many of whom have headed to the exits, I think they have been satisfied and pleased with what they've seen tonight.
They're partying by now.
See what they say about the blue pants. It's just a different look. I mean, it's a totally different look. Now 41 seconds left, and they'll hand it off to Overstreet. He gets loose inside the 15, spins 20 down to the 18-yard line for another Tyler Johns, Edward Jones first down into the Moke red zone.
Yep. Bearcats have displayed some running backs here tonight, and that bunch up front that started with Casey DeVries, Donald Jackson the third, Zachary Stevens in the middle, Bridge Blunt, and Brandon DeWitt. Those guys have done a nice job. Shane Young at tight end. They've all done a nice job here tonight.
And that's going to do it. The Bearcats don't have to run another play. It's the 23rd straight home victory for Sam Houston. And the first home victory and first victory of any type as the Sam Houston head coach for K.C. Keeler. And you know he's glad to get that done. So our final score here at Bauer Stadium tonight is 51-20. The Bearcats win going away. We still got your post-game show to go, and we'll get Jason Barfield to talk to Coach Keeler in a few moments. We're going to take a break. This is the Bearcats Sports Network. Okay, give me the close and give me 60, and then the open and bring it back. Jason, I see you out there. Oh, I turned him off.
I thought you
Turned
did.
you off. What happened earlier, Jason?
The batteries died.